Number one, we're going to talk about the profile. And the profile is the thing that everybody does see. Remember, the home page, only you see. The profile is what the LinkedIn population sees, and we're going to talk about that. I do have a picture of my profile. Basically, to me, this says, hey, it's a guy with a tie, a guy with a suit on. It's, again, the picture is an optional kind of thing. It's if you are comfortable enough. However, if you have a picture on there, make sure it's a professional picture. It's related to what you're doing. It's professional, not you laying back with a basketball or your swim trunks or anything like that. You don't need that. Don't need pictures with kids on here either. Remember, that's for Facebook. This is a professional website, professional networking here. You want to be professional in all your aspects. Name, that's pretty self-explanatory. It comes from the information you entered when you first got onto LinkedIn. You can add things like MBA or PhD or whatever behind your last name in that same last name field. That's permissible. Be careful of adding things like contact information like your email address. Don't do that. It violates the terms and conditions of using the LinkedIn site. So people might say, oh, this is what you do. Don't do it. Because bad things can happen if they find you, like they'll delete your profile, not let you know, and then it's gone forever. And you have to start over. Right underneath the profile is a thing called the LinkedIn headline. The default for the LinkedIn headline is the title and company of your most recent position. That's the default. You never ever want it to be your default. You never want to leave it there. What you want is this is your first opportunity to show off somebody who's looking at your profile of your skill set. What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the party to offer an employer? Underneath that is the, basically where it says Greater Chicago area, that comes from the zip code you entered, the information technology and business and services that's on here, that comes from a very, very long list of industries. On both of those, that's a drop-down list. Pick the ones where you're thinking forward. I want to be in this industry. I want to be in this area. What's going to happen with this information right here at the top, the picture in those 3 lines, is when somebody's going to do a search in LinkedIn, they're going to say, show me all the people in the Greater Chicago area in information technology and services. What shows up is this right here, 10 or 15 per page. Okay? And if you have, and this is where it gets into that branding statement, if you have I was an IT manager at XYZ company, and that's what it says, guess what everybody else on top of you and below you says? Virtually the same thing. Are you going to stand out? No. You want to stand out. You want somebody as they're reading down that list, how much time are they spending scanning that list? 15 seconds maybe? You want yours to pop out and grab somebody so that they will open your profile, not the one above or below you. The public profile, and this is sometimes a little bit difficult concept to understand, the public profile is what shows up if somebody does a search outside of LinkedIn. It's basically a mask that is put over your LinkedIn information you have in your profile to present to the world. Using and getting into the public profile is the very first opportunity that you have to start limiting who sees what information about you if you want to do that. If you choose to make my public profile visible to no one, basically if somebody does a Google search and they would have normally found you with a LinkedIn profile, now they won't see that anymore. The URL is really, really important. The default URL is a bunch of random letters and numbers. Later on, we might find some that I can demonstrate, that I can show to you, but it's randomness. You want to get rid of that randomness. And all you can do is change the last little bit, as you can see here. You want to make it look like your name, because then what you're going to do with that URL is you're going to take it. You're going to put it on business cards. You're going to put it on in your email signature. Every email system has a signature. Automatically you send it out, that signature gets appended to every single email you get sent that sends out. You want to put it in maybe at the bottom of your resume. You want to put it anywhere where you would normally put contact information. Right under that block of summary information, add sections. LinkedIn did this 2 or 3 months ago. Basically they added a lot of different sections in it to allow you to more customize what your profile looks like. A lot of this was in response to college students getting out of college, not having a lot of work experience, but guess what they had? They took courses. They may have certifications. They may have gotten some honors and awards. Maybe they have some test scores they want to put out there. Things like that. If you start incorporating these things, you're moving away from a standard resume kind of look on your profile to a more of a CV look on your profile, which is what they use in Europe, which is multiple pages and things like that. Underneath that is the summary. This is the second place that you have an opportunity to start showing what your value is to a prospective employer. The easiest thing, as Larry said to do, and I'll reiterate, take that career summary off the top of your resume that you worked hours and hours and hours on to get it just right, copy it and paste it. You've got 2,500 characters or so in that section. You can write a big, big paper. You can add a lot of stuff. Again, if you want to add a lot of information that's not in your resume, go ahead and do it here. Show people how you would bring value to them. Underneath that is the specialties section. Specialties is 500 characters or thereabouts. This is 498 of them. This is where you list all the key words and phrases that are in your skill set. Spell it out. Use the acronym. That's where you want to have those kind of things. It doesn't matter. Formatting really doesn't matter here. Because what's going to happen is somebody's not going to do a search on all the IT people in the Chicagoland area that are in LinkedIn. That's ridiculous. If they put in those keywords and phrases, I'm still in the group of people that's selected out of LinkedIn. Those key things need to be at the top. I cannot tell you the number of times I go to the internet, I'm looking for a keyword or phrase or something, and I find a thing and it says, yeah, it's in there, and I search for this entire night. I said, where is this word that I look for? Search and search and search, and maybe it's at the bottom, maybe it's 6 pages down. I don't want to be 6 pages down, I want to be at the top.